Good morning. A very good morning to each and every one of you. For your information, it is February 14th, believe it or not, in the year 2024. Adonai Domini, I think that's in the year of our Lord. Welcome, folks, to FYI. And we start the information rolling this morning with that bit. Wherever you're joining us from, I hope it's somewhere. I hope you're joining us from a strong place this morning, from a really strong place in your life. Happy Valentine's Day, Debbie Collins, and to the entire FYI family. Happy Valentine's Day. Like some of y'all is set. Like some of you is set. You didn't even sleep last night. You're just waiting for that bit there. Ready to get going with that, but with that little bit there. Oh wow, just set. Lord, Lord, Lord. Some of y'all just waiting, man. Happy Valentine's, folks. Each and every one of you. I'm making sure the notes in order. Anytime you see the eyes thing so. So, folks, that being said, telling you all a note. I remember to know how to spell well. Good morning, guys. Wherever you're joining us from, all right? Michelle said if you're sharing, like how we shared his heart so many times and got it broken, happens to the best of us. Happens to the best of us. Just got to keep on keeping on. We can't give up now. We just got to keep on keeping on. That's what we do. We just dust off and go again. Because as you know, the folks say, it is better to have love than lost. A waxing now, a waxing. It's that kind of day. I'm coming in strong, I'm coming in strong. It's better to have love than lost than never to have loved at all. Boom. Who know, no? Who know, no? Been there, spend the night, got a t-shirt. Got a t-shirt. I'm better for it. Don't tell my wife I said that. better for it. Happy Valentine's, folks. Tessa Waterman, Elizabeth Howard, Atalo Wade, Duncan, happy Valentine. I'm not big on anything. I'm so old-fashioned, easy to please spouse and husband. Yeah. My wife would celebrate the birthday of the ants. She loves every aspect of life. See? That's a Burmese girl for you. Burmese girl, change your whole life. Happy Valentine's. Just in case nobody told you guys happy Valentine's as yet, want to wish each and every one of you, and come to upstage your spouse now. I come to upstage your spouse with my precocious self. Happy Valentine's. All of us, as you'll see, one of the ways, or some of the ways people opt out of celebrating Valentine's. Now, one of the ways we'll talk about is different love language. All of us show love differently. We have different. That's the way they say it. The euphemistic way they say it. We have different love language. It's true. Each of us show, the content of the heart. Vashti Pollard, we show differently. Loretta Argyle, happy Valentine's. Vashti Pollard, happy Valentine's. Karen McPherson. Are you guys even observing Valentine? Let's start there, because that's another story. Lots of folk don't even want to hear with Christmas. Valentine's, I find they all roll into one, so they all roll into one. Everett Leonard, Camille Cox, happy Valentine, Camille. Karen, happy Valentine. Everett Leonard, Jesse Waterman. Are you guys even observing Valentine? I may be upsetting some of you. You don't even want to think about this. You think you come here and we won't even talk about Valentine. And here it is. You know, as we say colloquially, you're running from the dead. And then you meet up with Big Uncle, Sherrod. Debbie Collins. Camille says, no, I'm not. Tell us why, Camille. Camille, why are you not observing Valentine's? Do let us know. Maybe you're like Kishan. You had it broken too many times. You know, I got a great, my heart mends. And when I love deep. My wife knows that. You know, my wife knows that. I said, boys love deep. Beryl, Annette. Camille says, slippers on the ground. Yeah, we're going out there in love with our teachers today. We're going out there in love with our teachers today. Folks, I am recovering from a bout of something, the flu. So I'm giving myself 1 day more, and then I'm back. I'm back out somewhere, microphone in hand, right? Trying to get the valid and credible information for you folks. Camille says, I ain't got no love left. Camille, if you out, if it borrows some of me, I can lend you some. I got a couple pounds left. Camille says, I ain't got no love left. Right? I ain't got no love left, Camille says. No doubt a couple of you feel like that. You know? No doubt. No doubt. See. I can see some of y'all logging off back with the same speed. You see this happy Valentine's behind us? You log on and you log off with the same speed. I can catch you another time, Sharon. Yolanda Thomas, good to have you there. Happy Valentine's to you as well. Ewart Benjamin says blessings. Notice Ewart is staying away from the happy Valentine's a little bit there. Maria Vera says much love to all patriotic, right-thinking Guyanese. That's not the way to put it. And Singh just says good morning. And I find you staying away from the happy Valentine's. I find you shying away a little bit from the happy Valentine's. Wayne Brown, good to see you there. Wayne says happy Valentine's, watching from Buxton. Good to have you on, Wayne. You know, I just started, I feel a little lightheaded there. Getting some soup later on. All I want for Valentine's. Right? Magnet Barrow says, me Valentine's get old. I think you mean vintaged. Like good wine is better. It's better. How did Uncle Gordon put it? How big Uncle Gordon put it? Big. Help me out, somebody. Sukchan Sudhari. Sudhari Sukchan. Good to have you on this morning. Happy Valentine's to you as well. You and yours. Henry Rodney, not shying away from it. Very frontal. Happy Valentine's. Henry Rodney says. Wayne Brown, Evelina. Right? Camille always asks me the question, did I use the merengue? And my answer is always yes. Some things are an acquired taste nonetheless, but such is the taste of good medicine. An acquired taste. Right? Happy Valentine's. Auntie Sandra Hanover, happy Valentine's. Rhonda Gordon, Stanley Wilson, Michaela Andrew Coates, Rhonda, Kishan, Yolanda, Janet, Christopher, Michaela, Wayne. Happy Valentine's to all you wonderful folks. And they're telling us that there are several reasons why people opt out, like Camille, from celebrating Valentine's. And we pulled this very interesting article from an article I think we saw in one of the Caribbean daily newspapers. We pulled it from there. Let me see if I have it. Let me see if I have it, folks. Telling us why people shy away from the frontal celebration of Valentine's. Are you like that? Are you guys even celebrating Valentine's? And one reason they tell us, folks, is due to commercialism. The notes eluded me, so I'm just remembering from memory. One of the reasons why they do not celebrate Valentine's like Camille or Uptown, commercialism, right? Valentine's feel too over commercialized. I find so. I'm not saying I'm not celebrating, right? My wife made this cup of coffee this morning. Please and thank you. Hope she can hear me. I'm not saying I'm not celebrating, but sometimes it could feel a little bit over commercialized. You know what I mean? You know? And it's not the present, it always goes to cost. It's not even the thought that counts. People feel more special the more exquisite and expensive the gift is. So that's one reason. Right? And as I said initially, different love language. People demonstrate love differently. You know, I was telling my wife, we were up late last evening. And I was telling her, for me, right, what I value most, since I'm always doing something, is just quietude. It's not gift. It's not gifts. It's just some quietude. We were at a fantastic resort about 2 years ago on the Linden-Sussex Highway. That's love for me. Just quietude, doing nothing. A walk in the woods, to be in nature, you know, a little swim in the creek, a long run. That for me. Hold my hand in the park, you know, make I feel like I belong to somebody. That's not gifts for me, personally. It's not things. I don't fancy things, you know. I don't fancy jewelry. That's just me. Right? For me, a book will hit the spot. I remember one time the Logos was visiting, and a friend bought me some classical music. I remember that till now because that's my gel, my jam, my gel, my jelly. Different love language, you see. People don't get it right. People have different love languages. You know? Somebody might want an iPhone 15. You can't beat that. You got a little LG 6 or something like that. You know? different love languages. I just pull out a couple. Right? To titillate and tantalize some of you who not and who might be celebrating Valentine's. Different love languages. That's what they said. Right? We feel differently. Each individual expresses and receives love differently. Beliefs, different cultural backgrounds, personal experiences, individual beliefs, all that comes on there. Right? Belief system. You know, I spent a long time, about 2 weekends ago, reading up about quiet luxury. Quiet luxury. Some people that bag got a shout. What is the one the Minister of Education had? The bag. He got a shout. What's the brand? Miss had. Miss Malik Chad. What's the brand in the bag, Naomi? Huh? What is the bag Miss had? Right? Yeah. Naomi, I remember that video. Naomi's remembering the long run video the trenches tried to taint you with. Yeah, I remember that. That is the weekend my wife and I spent at that fantastic resort, and I've been longing to go back there. As a matter of fact, since the year started, I've been telling my wife, I won't get away for another weekend like that. I had a couple mornings, beautiful run from the resort out to the Linden-Sussex Highway. That's just That's my peace. That's my zen. That's my zone right there. Just reflecting, thinking about life, right? Thinking about life, as I often do. And I hope you guys have a chance to reflect, right? I have one son who lives with me, and I have two sons who they live overseas, right? Ethan and John, they live overseas, and Zane, Ethan. All of my sons have hyphenated names. I have a little thing about that, you know. Ethan Lee is our middle son. Jean Pierre, he's our eldest son. He turned 16 in August. Ethan Lee just turned 8, and Zane just turned Saint Zane just turned 3 December, in November rather. He came on our anniversary, very precocious child, very disgusting. Folks, I tell you, my one child disgusting, he must tell the story. I know the whole thing. So my wife and I were talking across the bed last evening, late last night. We got back to those days, you know. You know it's Valentine's. And we're talking, and he wakes up, sends in, and he says, "Daddy, are you there?" Because the room is in darkness. We're talking across the darkness. "Daddy, are you there?" It's like it's all his words like that goes to his mother. As soon as he wakes up, "Mommy." I was a little surprised. "Daddy, are you there?" And I wondered something. And in the darkness of the room, you know, my eyes well up, and I wondered how many times my other sons wake up in the night and want to know, "Daddy, are you there?" And I'm not there. You know, and tears well up in my eyes. But I wanted my sons to have a better opportunity. And so I released them. You know, I want them to have a better opportunity and not to have to look over their shoulders and to be held back by my own ambitions. You know, I want that for all my kids. And I'm asking God for the grace to see my sons grow up and become, you know, just become whatever God has purposed them to become. The dance has been really elusive. So I thought about that. I had a pensive moment last night, hearing my son call out for me in the darkness of our room, "Daddy, are you there?" I said, "Yes, I'm right here." And I wondered how many times my other two sons, you know, wake up in the night and say, "Daddy, are you there?" You know. I just wished the eldest happy Valentine's, and he responded, you know. You gotta love your kids. You just gotta love your kids. I don't know why, you know. I wish I was there with them, but you know, it is what it is. You know. Happy Valentine's to you and your family. And I hope you appreciate. We have so many different family experiences. You know, so many different family experiences. You know, but let's keep striving. That's why I got a little thing with fathers who decide, you know, we got to do all that we can. Whatever's in our power that we could do, you know, to see our children become. See our children become. You know, I got off on a little tangent there. I'll come back now. All right. Morning, Sobi. It's your birthday. I'll come back now. I had a long walk with my eldest son, Jean Pierre. We were in South Carolina, and we were walking the trail. Can't remember the name of the trail now. We're walking the trail, and my son is telling me about life and his dreams. Right? And I could see some of my own dreams for him, you know, converging. And I felt so happy in that moment. He says to me, I said, "Dad, I wanna go to university in Florida." And I'm thinking, this boy, they're just walking this boy into to play a group one at Green Acres. I'm just walking this child into play group one. He said, "Dad, I want to go to university in Florida." I said, "All right." All right. Let's see what the 6.5 can do. Let us see what the 6. Let me see what the 6.5 is going to do. So, folks, there you have some of it. A couple of reasons why people don't celebrate Valentine's. Commercialization, lack of equality, right? Valentine's Day carries typical expectations, right? Both spoken and unspoken. If I get you a gift, you better get me a gift. I sometimes think like, why am I not the gift? Why you want more? Different love languages, beliefs. Why you want more? Why I can't? Why is that a gift? Whitney Doris, Arvin Donna, Jolly, Stacey Ann, Sharon. Right? Why am I not the gift? You come here. Well, it is. Folks, we pay no attention to negative people today. No. We're just sharing love. Right? Or when I'm saying gone past Valentine's long now. Or we're not a different state. If Valentine is like the 5th level, should be 6, 7. 7 done. Gone past Valentine's already. Whether you celebrate Valentine's or not, folks, you want to wish each and every one of you happy Valentine. Have a great day today. Whether you're celebrating Valentine's or not, have a fantastic, energized day today. Margot and Irwin and Stacy, Rastaman, Ayabo, Natasha, Congress, happy Valentine's to you as well, and Lauren Stall. I always love the name Lauren. Debbie Collins, love the Lauren ones. That's another story. GTU, folks, as we turn to the first 15 things we think you ought to know about. GTU says it remains ready to engage the government on the impasse. Love money. Folks from SUK said it's about the money. It's another help. GTU said already. Stop mama gang yourself, government. They're ready. Whitney Doris, Carmen Bailey. GTU says on this Valentine's Day, it is ready to meet with the People's Progressive Party civic-led administration on this impasse. Folks, we'll never be as rich as we are today, again in our lifetimes. Guyana is becoming filthy rich. Filthy rich. Filthy rich. And some people are becoming filthy rich. And we can't leave our public servants behind. We can't leave our workers behind. We want first world status. We want first class buildings, state-of-the-art facilities, and we want to pay people third and fourth world wages. We want to pay third world wages to people and think we can get first world treatment. It's madness. It's madness. Charlie Jagan says you can't live a Cadillac lifestyle in a donkey cart economy. These guys trying to do the inverse. Right? It's a Cadillac economy, but the one we live donkey cart lifestyle. It's Cadillac economy because we have the money now. But they want us to live donkey cart lifestyle. We ain't doing it. We ain't doing it. Who vex? The union says that they stand ready to meet with the government on these issues, on these matters. Right? The government actually got to be the grown-ups in the room. That's Jennifer, Isabella, Cheryl, Waveney, Commissioner Cole. Got to be the grown-ups in the room. And we got some difficult issues. That's governance. That's governance. We got some difficult issues to deal with. But we got to sit down at this table of brotherhood in this country. Together. That's the only how we can move it forward. The unions and government the private sector, the public sector, the religious bodies and the non-religious organizations together and pool our resources together and move this country forward. I'm always inspired by Eliud Kipchoge, one of the greatest long-distance runners of any generation, perhaps of our lifetime. The ease at which Kipchoge runs, is fascinating. Broke the under 2-hour barrier for 26 miles. Broke it. Nobody thought a human being could do it. Run 26 miles, run a marathon in under 2 hours. It had never been done. Right? Kipchoge did it. He believes that 100% of him, this is the analogy, 100% of him is 1% of the team. Right? Guyana has to be a team. It has to be a team sport. 100% of Irfan Ali is 1%, perhaps less, of Team Guyana. 1,000% of Jagdio is less than 1% of Team Guyana. But the problem we have is that Jagdio believes he is the 100% of the team. That he alone is the team. That's the belief of the PPP, that they alone are the team. All of us, folks, all of us, it will take all of us. It will take the PPP, the PNC, AFC, WPA, ANUG. It will take all of us to move this country forward. And we have a moment in time. And as my mother usually say, the opportunity of a lifetime, you got to seize it in the lifetime of the opportunity. I know that's not her peculiar quote. It didn't originate with her, but she uses it a lot. The opportunity of a lifetime. You got to seize it in the lifetime of the opportunity. It might take some of you a little while to get it, but you can get it. Don't worry. And we have that opportunity of a lifetime in this largesse that we have, right? To right a lot of historical wrongs in this country. Our public servants, they have served beyond the call of duty for next to nothing for a long time. The wages in the Caribbean have outpaced us for a long time because we had it. When PPP went in, we had it. When APNU went in, we had it. Let's be honest. We were trying with our resources, mismanaged a lot of it. Mismanaged a lot of it too. But now we have it in bounty. And if we focus that resource, we can achieve much. And none of the things we want to do is mutually exclusive. We can't say we want buildings and roads and structures at the expense of public servants. The two things aren't mutually exclusive. But together, once you start thinking you along all the ideas, you done set the bar too low already. GTU says they're ready to meet. They're ready to meet. It also says that they have begun working on strike relief with its members. Step in the right direction. It has started working on strike relief for its members, and I know persons have been reaching out to the union individually in how they can help. I know because persons have reached out to me and I have directed them to the union. Call this number, call the person, touch base there directly. All right? And then the union has its own mechanisms in place for strike relief. And they say they're also contemplating legal action. Tommy Gibbs, you're also contemplating legal action with this stoppage of, what do you call it, remittance of their dues, and also the deduction of monies for days who teachers may have missed being in the classroom. So they're mulling legal action as well. So all of that on the cards. Right? And I don't know why, but Region 2 in this strike here seemed to be a little spunky. I love that. Maybe because Region 2 is so surprising, you know, that they're so vocal. And that should tell us something, that this is not an ordinary strike. Right? This is not an ordinary strike. That the wealth of this country is really outpacing the standard of living of its citizens, and people are feeling that, they're seeing it. When you realize you're a liar, Priya is a liar, you do law, Priya do law, you got a degree, Priya got a degree. Where my where's the bag again? Y'all help me out. Where me bag? People just want brown bag now. Right? People want a brown Gucci bag. Right? People want a brown Louis Vuitton bag. People tell no, just give me brown bag. I want a brown Louis Vuitton bag. And people feel that. You see all the big, most recent vehicles government ministers come with. You know, you can see the quiet luxury in the threads of their suits and garments. Right? Ministers take the children to Paris for vacation and all manner of things. And people wonder in this country, when I can be able to carry my child to Kaikoveral? You know? When I can be able to carry my child to Region 9? I saw launch some new tourist attractions. Will I be able to do that? People see people high in government, relatives, wearing a 10,000 US shoes, 5,000 US belt from Van Arpels and whatever the fancy store is in New York. And they say, when I working hard in this country too, when I gonna wear? Jesus. And so Region 2 teachers got a little spunk. I gotta go meet them. You know? They got a little spunk in them. Very, very vocal. And they've been pushing back against lots of what the Ministry of Education has been trying to do. And one headline tells us that the teachers there in Region 2 said what the ministry is doing is deceptive. It's fascinating because Region 2, as you know, is a stronghold of the government. And the teachers have said this ain't got to do with politics. I's PP and proud, but right is right and wrong is wrong. Folks, if we get to that level in politics, nobody can stop we. In this country, in this Caribbean, if we get to an issues-based politics, we have the contention of ideas. The best idea prevails. You will see rapid development. Rapid development is not tall building or road. It has to be something deeper than that. Because the crooked, crony, capitalist contractors doing substandard work on those roads, they can break up in no time. Right? Let us be honest and realistic. Not going to fade and fall down. But it's that tenacity to want to see the best for all of us. That's going to take us very far. Very far. And that's why all of us got to do this thing together. As Weber says, what the ministry is doing is deceptive. Thank you so much, Teacher Semester Kwebo. I ain't saying the other teachers haven't shown, but because they don't expect it. That's what's surprising. Now the teachers have been such an inspiration to listen to them, to hear them. It's such an inspiration. Thank you, our teachers across Guyana. Thank you, teachers from the Kwebo. Lyndon always with that fighting spirit. You see where I get it from? Born and bred. Well, little bred, but born. Born. Right? And hear what Christopher Ram says. In a beautiful letter in today's newspaper. The people who are trying to embarrass teachers, who wouldn't submit what returns and so on. The people who are trying to embarrass teachers are serial violators when it comes to accounting and accountability. We didn't forget who they put up to what. To go and meet Exxon Mobil in a backroom deal. For the Exxon who have to pay the $240 million US together. We didn't forget that. We didn't forget that. We didn't forget Sue in the living room. Christopher Ram says, though the people who are trying to embarrass teachers are serial violators when it comes to accounting and accountability. That's what they said. You see? You got to give it up for teachers. You got to give it up to teachers. Give it up for teachers. Work beyond the call of duty. And some can turn away from it. When they see they struggle here, they can turn away from it. And that's the next common struggle. Right? Like how you see people turning away from the sugar industry. I'll show you something just now. Like you see how people turning away from the sugar industry. You can see people, we don't solve this problem here with remuneration. Right? We can import teachers and pay them higher for with stupidity. People can turn away. My grandparents, my grandmother, right? Grandfather, taught their whole lives. That's all they knew. Chalk and talk. Teachers their whole lives. My grandparents built a house when they were well advanced in age. They didn't even benefit from it properly. Telling you the truth, from a family of teachers. I'm certain you got teachers in your family somewhere, somehow. I taught a little bit for over 10 years. My mother taught a little bit, my aunt. But my grandparents, their whole lives, they spent teaching. Built a house when they were advanced in age. When my grandfather died in 2012, my grandmother took a nosedive. Right. Took a nosedive. Now she remembers your face. It's a good day. Don't even live in the house now. I don't know if they lived 10 years good in the house. 10 years I don't even know if they lived 10 years in the house. Go to one of them small islands. Nurses driving some fancy vehicles. Why? Because they could afford it. I got a cousin. His father taught his whole life too. He started teaching as well. He just make a beeline. He got in the private sector. People look at the struggle. look at the struggle of teachers and they decide, you know what? I want to do this. I feel a passion to do it. Right? I feel a passion to impart knowledge to help the next generation. But this here, I like nice time to beeline. And not private sector teaching. Because even that guy struggles. Dolly said, I got 8 young teachers in my family. He make a beeline to private sector, totally out of the profession. And he dedicated some good years. Nobody faults him. Nobody faults him. Right? You see your great aunt. You see your father. You see the struggles. You want come and repeat that for you, your children and their children? Beeline. Oops. We got an opportunity where to be a teacher could be somebody. In Trinidad, if you're a teacher, fireman, police, soldier, you're set. You're set, you're set, you're set. Set. Nice time. Nice time. Here, look. You know the whole thing. Ram says those who are trying to embarrass teachers, serial violators when it comes to accounting and accountability. Yep. Yep. All right. Yeah. Money going into election campaign. Before I get over here, I wanted to show you what Anna Maris tells us. With all these threats of cutting pay and all these threats about penalization of teachers, Jews not going to union. Yesterday was the 7th day of the strike. Teachers are backing down. Take a look.
The strike called by the Guyana Teachers Union is continuing. Today, the second day of the new week, saw the teachers on Main Street outside the Ministry of Finance. Last week, the teachers concentrated on breakdowns, spending most of their time outside the head offices of the Ministry of Education. They protested outside the Ministry of Labor on Friday.
We were expecting them to start negotiating with us. And some of the things that they are claiming to be illegal is wrong because we followed all the procedures. The union followed every procedure before we get on an industrial action. So the industrial action that is happening right now is a legal industrial action. And they know that.
That was Burns Smith, one of the striking teachers. He said that the government's claim that the strike is illegal doesn't hold water, and the government has been threatening the teachers. The first move is to withhold their salaries from the striking days. Then there has been the decision to discontinue the agency shop.
I think this country is having enough resources to look after the people who mold the nation. We have made them. The president was taught by us. All the ministers in the government, they were taught. All the doctors and nurses, all professionals were taught. I've been teaching in this profession for 36 plus years. This is my 37th year, and I'm about to retire. I'm into retirement in 5 months. And from the age of 17, 18, we have been struggling for the same
Smith
cause.
said that budget after budget, and there is nothing for teachers. The teachers taught the ministers of government and the president. He said that there should be respect for teachers. He also commented on the threat by the government to withhold payment to those teachers who took strike action.
And those are normal threats. That's how an employer will react. An employer can react like that. But we are following the labor laws. We have labor laws and we have union laws. We are not just out here because we want to be out here. We are not out here by guess. We have a certain specific period of time that we can allow to carry out an industrial action. And if we stay within that framework, legally we can win any battle.
He said that the government has no right to victimize the union and the teachers. And he had a message for Education Minister Priya Manikchan.
I will tell the minister that it's about time that teachers be respected. It's about time that teachers be paid a salary that they can afford to live on and stop selling things at school, doing extra lessons in the afternoon. They can have more time for family, and they can have more time for the profession.
Some parents have come out in support of the teachers.
It's everybody who are citizens of this country. There must be fair pay, as my sign says, for everyone, every ethnicity, and we must encourage our teachers, our nurses, and everyone else to stay in our country and build it. So yes, it will get out of proportion, and it should, because the cost of living affects everyone.
She questioned the ministers whether they can live on $85,000 per month.
So we are all here in harmony with the teachers because we needed a teacher. We needed a teacher in our young life and even in our adult life. So will you stand? Will you come out and stand with the teachers in solidarity, in support? And finally, yes, this is having ripple effects on not only the parents, but those who sell around the school, neighbors who are affected by children and students at home, students who are bored at home. So I believe we should do, as a country, do the honorable thing and give teachers their fair pay.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, Adam Harris, veteran journalist, the iconic Adam Harris, who's been helping us a lot recently with those inserts, and they're all available on our YouTube channel. We upload them daily from about 6 in the evenings. You'll find a new batch, a new dose. We try to give you guys more information that allows you to make better decisions. That being said, folks, there you have it. There you have it. And I was totally moved by Sir Smith, 37 years in the profession, retiring shortly. I'd love to talk to him. What his retirement plan looks like. You might be so surprised, right? I see June Jeffers. Edward says, I'm a teacher in the U.S. Nice time. June is a teacher in the U.S. June's a nice time. If June's a nice time, believe her. Out front parts, I stay teaching. Nice time. All right, let me run through a couple other things before we wrap up. A number of rehabilitated roads, recapped roads, coming to Kitty, totaling 149 million in projects. What's interesting about this story, when you read it, it says that this comes on the heels of a visit by President Irfan Ali. Not the ministry looking to see what roads need to be done, where should the resources going, what are the roads in dire need, right? No. Ali went there and said, come and bring road here. That's what development in this country is happening. That's the developmental plan. See? There's no overarching big blueprint about how we modernize in this capital. So you got to wish and pray. Ali touched down by you back street, side house by the corner lot. Right? And if he managed to pass by and you touch the hem of his garment, you could have a new house. Your street could get new. Your lights could get fixed. And you might get some clean running water. Right? Ali plopped down in Kitty. See, he said, y'all come and do these roads here. And then they move 49 million to get the roads done. Right? That's that's how the ministry works, is managed. Everybody sit down and wait on your fan and see what he says. Say, let's hear you get 3 roads fixed. Right? That's how they're operating. Yep. Believe it or not. New business alert. Some of this and had to share it with you. I've had 1 too many slices of cheesecake. And if you see me recently, you might agree. Put on a couple pounds. I'm trying to get off about 20 pounds. I want to get on to somewhere about 190, 195. I can be comfortable there. 122. Oh, Jesus Lord, have mercy. Tutti Frutti Cheesecake Paradise is now open for business, they said. And I want to give them a big shout out. I love to see people, operating in the areas of their passions like this. And these folks have a passion for cheesecakes, tutti frutti cheesecakes, and they're having a go at it. And we wish them all the best. They said this new business has emerged, revolutionizing the way people experience the beloved dessert in Guyana. Tutti Frutti was founded in 2019 as a home-based venture by mother of three, Mandy Fields, and now has expanded to its first store located in the heart of Georgetown. They're located at Bella Vista Mall, Lot 5, Duncan Street, Bel Air. That's where the storefront is opened as of yesterday. Yep, Tutti Frutti Cheesecake Paradise. Bella Vista Mall, Lot 5, Duncan Street, Bel Air. Yep, it's Valentine's. It's Valentine's. So who knows? Splurge a little bit. Tutti Frutti. Congrats to them. Congrats to them. 2 new experimental tours unveiled in Region 9. And we plugged this one out because I went to Region 9 about a month ago, 2 months ago. Is it so long? I went to Region 9 a short while ago, and again, I was fascinated by Region 9. And I just wish I had more time just for recreation. And when we saw this, we thought, hey, here are 2 things we could be trying out. 2 new experimental tours, right? There's what they're saying there in Rupununi, in the Rupununi Region 9. They were launched on Monday at the Cashew Grove Park in Letem, organized by the Guyana tourism industry. Again, this is in collaboration with Rupununi Adventures, Tara's Choices and Tours, and Bush Cow Eco Trails. Right, folks, we pull this here because it features guided tours to Matapi Falls, place I got to visit, right? Paddle boarding and kayaking experiences in Manari Creek and the town of Letem. So it gives you a good sampling of all that is the Rupununi. Right? We just walking dead in this country. Probably can't afford a vacation. Or teachers say you got to save a whole year for a little plane ticket overseas. There's so much beauty in this country. Plan this year to see some different part of this country that you've never seen before. Candy Lily Energy, thank you for all that love. Plan this year. And Region 9, as I said, has just unveiled these new tourist experiences that you can benefit from. Right? So you might want to check up on that. You might want to check up on that, folks. They said it's the exploration of, or rather, tours to Matapi Falls. They engage in some paddle boarding, kayaking at Manari Creek, and exploring the township of Letem. You might wanna try that, right? Keep a check on that. And you guys know how to navigate your way around the internet. There's a Guyana Tourism Authority website and all of this stuff right across Facebook, right across social media. No doubt you're gonna find your way around. No doubt. And yeah, this is another one we're following. A fisherman was given a life sentence for the murder of a US-based Guyanese. Don't get greedy for things that are not yours. Don't get greedy like that. Don't get greedy. And so Mario Besundail will now have the rest of his life to contemplate on his action for the 2021 murder of Guyanese national Hemraj Perdisi, called Prem, who at the time of his demise was visiting from the United States of America. He was visiting. And the perpetrator, Bisundayal, during the furtherance of a robbery, the report says. He and another attacked Perdisi in his yard after his close associate, who had accompanied him to the bank earlier in the day, had left. See, so they're watching the fella, and then decided to pounce on him. Greed. Thou shalt not covet what is your neighbor's. Now he has the rest of his life. A relatively young man, Mario Besundayal, took the life of Hemraj Perdisi called Prem so senselessly. Now he has the rest of his life incarcerated to contemplating his action. Don't get greedy for people think. Right? I think this is the final thing we'll touch on this morning as we wrap up. Here is Guy Suko saying that it's in the full throes of mechanization. Right? And this will cover a 40% labor shortfall. A 40% labor shortfall. This is what I meant when I said people are signing up for cut cane. Oh, we open back Albion and Rose Hall and wherever else. And I don't open back Diamond Sugar Estate. Open back LBI Sugar Estate. Since you opening back the sugar industry. Why are the cane cutters who they claim were dismissed by APNU FC not rushing back to the factories? 40% labor shortfall. Oh, they claim the lives of cane cutters were so destroyed. Village economies destroyed. Why aren't the cane cutters then not rushing back? Why does the industry have a 40% labor shortfall? Why is that? PP's in government. They've poured $40+ billion into the sugar industry since August 2nd, 2020. Why is there a shortfall? People smart will hear though. Their headlines. There's a headline I think pulled from the Guyana Chronicle. It says in the sugar industry there's a 40% labor shortfall. We didn't just make that up. Kemrat told us, Ramjatan Leader of the Lines for Change, in his parliamentary contribution to the National Budget 2024. Young people they want to cut cane now. We want to on TikTok. Shirt and tie, nice jobs. They want to be knowledge workers. That's what they're aiming at. Right? That's what they're aiming at. Knowledge workers. Stay woke, folks. Let us stay woke out here. Please and thank you. Y'all better stay woke. For them boys make y'all something. You see? You better stay woke and run through some stuff as we wrap up. All right? I think we'll touch on this as the final one. That's gas to energy project. I listened to economist Elson Lowe talk about how this gas energy project is unlikely to cut the energy tariffs. That's what he said. It's unlikely to do so. And beyond that, he says more questions than answers. Because the thing is shrouded in such secrecy, you don't know what the final outcomes of some of those numbers might be. You know, when this project, this gas energy project, was first conceptualized under the APNU AFC, it would have cost us about just under $500 million US. Just under that. Now, it's approaching $1 billion US. Oh, the promise coming out from that, you'll get fertilizer and this and the other and all manner of things as an offshoot of the gas to shore project. The problem is the same thing with the Skeldon modernization plan. You get cheaper electricity and so on. Nelson says, this thing here, this thing will be trouble, folks. Take a listen to what he said. Take a listen.
The gas to energy project is being pursued by the government will make electricity cheaper. That's according to economists attached to the People's National Congress reform, Elson Lowe. Speaking at a press conference hosted by his party, he said that the project was conceptualized by the coalition government.
This project was initiated because we felt the provision of additional and less costly electricity is vital for the future development of Guyana's economy. In addition, we also recognize the present urgent need for additional electricity generation capacity to ensure stable supply.
Lowe said that the project cost was so much lower then. He said that the government came into office, changed the location of the project, did no analysis, and insisted on continuing with the project.
The government has presided over a striking escalation of costs, with the pipeline originally only expected to cost $304 million USD, inclusive of facilities to enable the natural gas to be used by a gas electricity plant and other suitable generators operated by GPL. This cost has ballooned to $1 billion USD, impacting the final tariff that consumers will have to pay for electricity.
By shifting the project to Wales, the government has added an additional $100 million to the project costs, according to Lowe. Today, there is a lack of accountability and a high level of secrecy surrounding the project, he said.
The government wasted millions and millions of US dollars of taxpayer money on projects such as the Skeldon Cane Factory and the fiber optic project, which were characterized by similar mismanagement and the lack of transparency and accountability. Just as the gas to energy project has grown from several hundred million USD to a total cost of $2 billion, Skeldon went from over 100 million USD to over 200 million.
That factory is left to rot, and the taxpayers must still pay the loan used to build it. Lowe said that the government is set to borrow heavily on the gas to energy project, but there is no information on the interest rates. The pipeline is being funded by a loan from Exxon. This loan would be repaid from the sale of natural gas.
Exim Bank loan they're looking for, I think 643 million US is the exact number they're looking for from US Exim Bank. I've seen 660 as well floating around. What really I think we should note though is that because we do not know the interest rate that is being charged for that pipeline, which is $1 billion cost, what that means is we don't really know what the price of the natural gas itself will be, because with years you could be looking at quite a substantial sum depending on what we're being charged. Is it going to be 25% interest, which is the return on capital that is targeted by many oil and gas companies? Is it going to be 3% interest, which you might get from a multilateral loan? Is it going to be 8% interest, which you might get from the private sector in Guyana?
Yeah, there you have it, folks. And that's going to do it for us at this end. Thank you so much, Karen. More questions and answers, as usual, with PPP projects, unfortunately. Karen Clark and Edward Broom, thanks for joining us this morning. Sharon Castillo, thanks for joining us too. And Annette Cummins and all you folks, thank you for your own well wishes concerning my recovery to full health and getting back there, folks, getting back there. The thanks to you guys for being here. Corexis Charmley Richmond, we see you there. Annette Cummins, we see you as well. Forbes Meduse, we see you too. Good to have you, Yolanda. And let we go, let we go. It's the actual name, folks. Let we go. Yeah, let me go. That's going to do it for us. Yolanda, good to see you. Donna Liverpool, Loretta Argyle, great to see each and every one of you. Gail Ali Cup, good to see you, Gail. Have a fantastic day, folks. And Stacey, alert, alert. Watch the roadways out there and stay safe. That's our time. Until our next.